The story of young Albert Einstein and his mother's faith. It was a bright morning in Munich, and the young Albert Einstein sat by the window of his modest schoolroom, gazing out at the vast sky. He was not like the other boys in his class. While they eagerly recited multiplication tables and followed their teacher's strict commands, Albert often found himself lost in thought, exploring the mysteries of light and sound in his mind. His teachers, however, did not appreciate his curious nature. Albert's teacher, Herr Kraus, was a stern man with little patience for daydreamers. To him, Albert was a distraction, a child who could not conform to the rigid norms of the classroom. Every day, Albert's questions seemed to challenge Herr Kraus's authority. "Why does light move faster than sound, Herr Kraus?" Albert once asked, causing a ripple of giggles in the classroom. Herr Kraus frowned. "Einstein, sit down! Questions like these are pointless. Focus on the lesson at hand." But young Albert's focus was always elsewhere. He struggled with rote memorization and disliked the monotonous drills of traditional schooling. His notebooks were often blank, save for doodles and strange symbols. To his teachers, it seemed as though Albert simply didn't care. One day, after an especially frustrating lesson, Herr Kraus decided he had had enough. He penned a letter to Albert's mother, Pauline Einstein, expressing his concerns. The letter read, "Dear Mrs. Einstein, it is with great regret that I must inform you of your son Albert's unsuitability for academic studies. He is inattentive, lacks discipline, and fails to meet the expectations of our curriculum. I fear that he will not amount to much in life unless there is a drastic change in his behavior." When Albert returned home that afternoon, he handed the sealed envelope to his mother. His cheeks were flushed, and he avoided meeting her eyes. Pauline opened the letter, her heart sinking as she read the words. But as she looked at her son, she saw not a failure, but a boy with a spark, a rare brilliance that others failed to recognize. Pauline folded the letter neatly and placed it on the table. "Albert," she said with a warm smile, "do you know what this letter says?" Albert shook his head, nervous. "It says that you are a genius," she said, her voice steady and kind. "Your teacher simply doesn't know how to teach someone as extraordinary as you." Albert's eyes widened. "Really, Mama?" "Yes, my dear," Pauline replied. "You have a mind that sees the world differently, and that is a gift." From that day forward, Pauline took it upon herself to nurture Albert's curiosity. She began by allowing him the freedom to explore subjects that fascinated him. She bought him books on mathematics, science, and philosophy. One book, a children's illustrated science manual, became Albert's favorite. He would spend hours flipping through its pages, experimenting with the ideas it presented. Pauline also encouraged Albert to play the violin, which became a lifelong passion. She believed music could help him focus and soothe his restless mind. Every evening, mother and son would sit by the fire, Albert playing melodies while Pauline read aloud from books about the natural world. Most importantly, Pauline taught Albert to embrace his questions. "Never stop asking why," she would tell him. "The answers will come if you keep searching." Years passed, and Albert's unconventional learning journey continued. Though he struggled in formal school settings, he excelled when left to his own devices. His fascination with light led him to ponder deeper questions about the universe. Pauline's unwavering support gave him the confidence to believe in his ideas, even when others dismissed them. When Albert was older and had made groundbreaking discoveries in physics, he often credited his mother for shaping his mind. "My mother," he once said, "had the rare gift of seeing potential where others saw none. Without her belief in me, I might never have dared to question the world as I did." This story of Albert Einstein reminds us that genius does not always fit within the confines of traditional education. It flourishes where curiosity is nurtured and where a guiding hand, like that of Pauline Einstein, turns doubt into determination.